Hi everybody, so here we are, the Erangel visual update on PlayStation 4. This is a welcome update to probably the most popular map on PUBG. This applies to the Xbox and the PlayStation. I know the PC guys have already got it. And already, just looking around, it looks much better. Now, here we go. My ping is horrendous up at 100 milliseconds because the only way I could get a game this morning was by playing on the North American servers. But the aim, and this is also one-man squad as well, which is never a good idea. But what we'll do, or what I'll do, is I'll try and stay alive for as long as I can to have a good look round. But yeah, it's got a more detailed feel to it already. The big question though is, will this affect performance? Because Vikendi, which was a similarly detailed map, had lots and lots of problems when it first came out with performance. Hopefully they learn from that though, and we're not going to have the disappearing underneath the map issues and the horrendous pop-in issues we've got as well. See, the buildings are coming in really early. What's that down there? That's mansion, isn't it? Is that mansion? No. Is that a new building there? Or is that the warehouse? No, that's the warehouse, isn't it? Yeah, okay, coolio. So what they've done, the PUBG Corp, is they've given the map more fidelity, changed textures, they've added more buildings, generally updated the map with the idea also of making it look better, but to introduce elements that include the kind of history of PUBG, the lore, because we know they're kind of moving towards this PUBG universe, if you like. Now we're pretty sure they're going to be introducing different games. Someone's firing at me there. Into the PUBG universe. There's the new American studio that's opened up with one of the guys who used to run Sledgehammer Games. Used to make Call of Duty over in America, so that's very exciting. So we're probably going to see single-player PUBG games as well, which is very, very exciting. But look, I mean, I know this is going to be difficult to see on a stream, but already the grass looks different, the rocks look different, the trees look different. It looks more realistic, very much like Vikendi, very much like Vikendi. So super, super exciting. What I want to do is I want to get a vehicle really, so I can get away from these people and start looking around. Oh, I tell you what, I could go over to the military base. If there's a vehicle. I might have to sprint all the way down to Milter. Are they new, are they? So we've also got the introduction of destructible barriers as well, that you can hide behind, but will blow up when fired upon, and you can smash through in vehicles. Oh wow, this is going to breathe fresh life into Erangel for lots of people, and PUBG in general. Because I know people weren't really a fan of Vikendi. I mean, for me it was always... Is that a new... No, it's not new, is it? Vikendi is probably my favourite PUBG map, but the problem with Vikendi was it had such horrendous problems with the way it played when it first came out due to loading issues that I can understand why people put it off. And the blue zone used to work differently in Vikendi as well. Comes a plane. Still looks the same. Okay, at least this buggy spawn is here. What I'll do is I'll put a link to the patch notes down below so you can read all about. But we can put music on. See, we've got music. Oh, that's good. We can turn that off, and you can also turn the buggies off as well. Look, this is new, isn't it? Look, who's this fella? Got all this extra detail. This is they've done a visual update to the PUBG Mac roles.
A big one.
Subtle, I would say. Yeah, look at all the extra textures on the outside of that building. Let's turn the radio on. And we're off. Like the way that you can hear the car starting now as well. Turn the engine off. Because what you can do with the engine now is... Ooh, it seems to be running really fast as well. You could... when you're approaching an area, you can turn the engine off. So you can then coast. Yeah, this all looks different in here, doesn't it? We've got tablecloths. Yeah, it's just, it's not a massive difference. That table's gone from in here, as there used to be a table by this window. Got these posters. Has that door moved? This is different. Alright, this is now a toilet. Let's have a look in here. Look, this is all different, isn't it? Much more detail. Yeah, look, these look like proper houses now with proper beds in. Seems to be running fine. Now, there is... Oh yeah, look at this. Now, there is a caveat to this. I am running this on an OG PlayStation 4, but I do have PUBG and the test server installed on a external solid state drive, which means that the game does have the ability to load much faster than it does on a standard hard drive. This is different, isn't it? Look, it's got corrugated iron around these bits now. This is these interiors are a lot different, aren't they? Yeah, these little beds. It's funny how the power's still on, even though Milter power's been damaged. I say very different, it's not incredibly different. Excuse me. It's just subtle. Oh, the SLR. I wanted to do a... See how much smaller the initial zone is? I wanted to do a fly past of Milter Power. We can do that on the way through. I'll pick up that first aid kit. Yeah, this is very different in here. They've taken a wall away, haven't they? Remember, fuel cans do explode now. Alright, what we'll do, let me go back to the car and then we'll do a fly past the mill to power so we can look at at least some of the damage that's been done. Yeah, all has a much more lived-in feel now. One of the criticisms... Alright, let's see if we can see any of these... Right, am I going to risk... Right, okay, so that obviously wasn't something that I could smash through. Or maybe they are, let's have a look. Yeah, they are, look. I love that. Alright, the blue's in already. Could probably still do a fly past of mill to power though. Seems to be loading nice. Very, very smooth actually. So there's the condensing towers. Yeah, there's the one that's been damaged. Blue seems to be hurting a little bit more than I would have expected. See how there's no boom now when you hit the boost, it's just the revs go up. That's different. So what we do as we approach this target, turn the engine off. Wait a minute. Why am I doing that? I suppose I'm doing it because... Whoa, what's going on? What have they changed there? Why can't I drop? Let's get rid of this heavy med kit. Probably going to go on foot from now anyway, for stealth's sake. So let's swap over to the barrel. Go full. Full 762. Pink warehouses, nice. I do like this. So, I've kind of gone back to the hollow recently. From the red dot, I was always a hollow man. And then I switched over to the red dot for ages, and I've gone back to the hollow recently. I think it's more to do with Choco Taco's theory that what you should do every now and again is just change the reticle or the type of sight you use, because it just makes you concentrate more on your sight. This all looks a little bit different, doesn't it? More graffiti. Let's just pick up that vertical grip for this baby. I wouldn't mind a... I've already got level 3 bag. Another can of Pepsi. Extended mags is kind of what I'm missing now, especially for the SLR. Okay. Let's think about how long we can stay alive now. Yeah, look. The all-seeing eye. Now there's meant to be video cameras around as well, I understand. See if we can see any of those. Yeah, look how different these houses look. You can now get kill number skins for your guns. That when you look at your gun, it will show how many people you've killed with that gun, which is pretty cool. Can you get that, Oz? No. Can you get it? Coming! You got your keys on? She's finding the keys. We've got the keys on. Right, sorry about that. We had a bit of a key crisis with the trying to get in to let the postman in, and I'm in the blue, so let's crack on. Could I hear somebody then? Seems to be a lot more trees around. That's a new structure there on the beach. Still got a very high ping, up round 100 milliseconds. This all looks very good, doesn't it? Very nice. We're definitely going to be running into bad guys soon though. And again, I've got to remember this is squads. So I'm just by myself in the squad. Might as well get up to full boost. Could I not look round then when I was drinking that drink? Oh yeah. That seems to be much quicker. Apparently when you use bandages now, you carry on using the bandages until you get to full health. You don't have to keep hitting the button to use them. It's all very different in here. We're okay, actually. I mean, I've got a very good loadout, haven't I? SLR, barrel, frags. How are we doing for first aids? 2 first aids. 2 helmet, level 2 vest. 3 first aids. Don't need any more ammunition. Could do with an extended mag for the barrel. Wouldn't say no to that. Right, so 20 people left alive. Just use this to have a look round in here. Nice television there. More writing on the raw wall. Or piano. Right, we might as well take a little bit of a boost. Get rid of that. Let's rock and roll. So I'm probably going to die in a minute as I start running into squads. But overall, I think this visual update, brilliant. Well done, PUBG. I love the fact that they're continuing to update this game, and it puts the likes of Activision with Call of Duty and EA and DICE with Battlefield 5, puts them to shame. You know, we always forget this is a £25 game when it came out, $30 game, and yet PUBG Corp have continued to support it, continue to update it, and it is, you know, in my opinion, PUBG, you know, is probably one of the best games ever made. It's so much fun to play, and I think sometimes when we get tired of PUBG, it's not really because the game is bad, it's just because we've put so many hours into it, and it would be impossible for any game to hold our attention for that long. You know, I put well over 1,000 hours into PUBG, well over 1,000 hours, and yet I can still come back and play it, and it looks like the company behind it are more than willing to keep updating it, not only on PC but on consoles, and you know, don't forget there's the mobile versions as well, so bravo to them. So if you haven't played PUBG in a while, look forward to the update next week on the 27th when this comes to public servers, because the problem with the test server is that not many people play, and it can be tricky getting into a game, or you've got to do something like I have today where I'm playing on North American servers as a solo squad, which is never a brilliant idea if if you've got the kind of skills that I have. But I think when this comes to the full game next week, we're going to be very, very pleased indeed, and there's going to be lots of people, well, playing PUBG again. I thought that butterfly was somebody real then. Okay, so we have contact 265 west. Right, I see somebody just over, going left to right. So my main game plan here is to stay alive, to let as many people kill each other as I can. We should be able to get into the top 10, no worries. Okay, so we're into the top 10 of players, and we're into the top 10 of results because there'll be squads who are in this top 10. They are right over the top of that ridge there. Be careful, people aren't flanking me. So I'm going to push around to the left, I think. Right, let's get boosted up. Let's do or die now. that guy go who was over there? I'm not in a particular... I wasn't in a good position there, was I? Had that guy to my right and I had some people to my left. But there we go. So, Erangel visual update, looking great. Check it out for yourself on the PTS and look forward to it next week when it comes to the main game. Thank you very much, and I will see you again soon.